To the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots. And we are underway in Buffalo. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Here's Singletary. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Second and 5. Back to throw, Newton. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a give, running left is Harris. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Newton to throw. Open man is Myers. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And folks, kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills on just 2 plays have taken the lead. For Stephon Diggs, he can do a lot of things, CD. He can be a possession-type receiver. He can take the top off a defense, or he can do what we saw right there, make a catch, and then turn it into a big game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. A give. This is Michelle. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Newton now to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. On the handoff, it's Michel. Oh, he pulls over him. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They run here with Singletary. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown, Bills! Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season. The Bills will add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Going up top. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Jacob Hollister, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they run with Michelle. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They fake the give. Newton. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Newton. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Again, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on to punt for New England, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself, because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll toss this right side to Singletary. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. This is Breida on the draw. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Singletary loses it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down now. It's Harris looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 31, Newton. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And Oliver coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
So now after the sack, Cam and the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long.
Off play action, Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Allen now on first down. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
On first down, Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays, and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
First down, here's White. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Allen going to give it to Moss.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the jet sweep, this is Beasley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout, and that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
On first down, here's Breida. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he lost the football.
And the Patriots have it.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. Flush to his right. Open man right side, Myers. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. And Oliver able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Newton and a dump off to White. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Newton.
Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A couple of big plays in succession there for the Pats. They're on the move. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Here's Newton. Flushed out right. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. It gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion. This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game, as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. To the air again, Newton. Open man is Myers. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second down at 5. Off the draw, here's Michel. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. On first down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, but it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26. Check 4, check 4. Gun. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Pick me up. Here we go.
Second down and goal. Newton. This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacoby Myers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Singletary. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped the but there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Newton on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working